Greetings, gamers! I've been working on a new game called Incoming. Incoming is a 3D VR missile defense game. Protect your cities with a wide assortment of defenses against waves of warheads, bombers, zeppelins, and epic bosses. Wishlist today on Steam. Link is in the description. Greetings, Starfarers, and welcome to another episode of Starfield. I'm Cobalt Thorium. I'm kind of checking out what we can do here. There are fewer quests on New Atlantis than I thought. But we can do some. Just do this one here. Hold on a second. Yeah, in fact, there's probably more here that are Mars related. But we can do the Universum stuff. No, hold that a second. So we can do the Universum stuff. You know, we can probably even go explore the Freestar Collective's. Hold on, what's over here? Here's Reliant. I wish I understood the layout of the city better. So CJ's, I think the gun store has got to be up in here. Athena Tower. There it is. Centurion Arsenal. Alright. I think that this is actually the residential district.
You're here because you need something you can... There's something to be said for Brandlord. I'm sure we can find something that suits you.
Alright. Let's see if they have anything special. That's not great. Okay. Sell. Sell. Advanced Bridger. You're going. You're going. I think between the modified Beowulf and the Beowulf, we decided to keep the modified. That might be it, actually. Tombstone. Shoddy. Yeah, we want to test that. This guy here. 32. Oh, 32. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So this is worth 662. This is worth 701. Binary trigger. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. Armor piercing rounds, compensator, reflex sight, laser sight. I think we're ditching it. Alright, I'm cool with our loadout now. We'll drop some of it off in the ship when we get back, just to lighten the load a little bit. So that's great.
Nice day for a picnic. Oh, look who's got a Laredo gun. Welcome to civilization, cowgirl.
Alright, we're into the Spaceport District. So I'm starting to understand how it's all put together. How do I get from Spaceport to mast? Because that's got to be the mast, right? Yeah, that's the spaceport down there. Oh, this is where it's taking us. Where is it taking us? Let's go to missions. Checking with Tony Call. I think I just screwed up there. Okay, so here we go. Oh, he's right around the corner. Or someone's right around the corner.
I'm meeting my girlfriend for drinks at the Viewport tonight.
Cool.
Sure hope your day's going as well as mine is.
Do you live around here?
What, at Terra Brew? I wish. Nah, I live at Athena Tower. Just moved in, actually. My girlfriend and I got a place there a few weeks ago. I'm not sure how long we'll be there, though. We're saving up to get out of New Atlantis and, tour the settled systems.
Will you tell me more about your girlfriend?
Yeah, sure. Her name's Donna. She works at the Nat station near Mast. Oh, boy, is she a catch. She's passionate, beautiful, friendly. I really lucked out. We met a couple of years ago, and we've been going steady since then. I'm actually thinking about asking her to marry me pretty soon.
Good for you.
Keep that between us, okay? I don't want her finding out before I pop the question.
All right, Marcus Lestari.
Oh, thank you, I guess.
Well, okay, that's weird.
An invitation, huh? Yeah, I checked out the church a few weeks ago, but I haven't gone back yet.
Can I ask why you visited in the first place?
My girlfriend and I want to leave New Atlantis and travel the settled systems. We've been working our butts off, and my girlfriend is so excited. I'm excited too, but it's still a little scary, you know? We've been in New Atlantis all our lives. We don't even really know what to expect out there. I guess I was seeking out some sort of comfort from the church. I don't really know.
Where are we gonna sell it? Of
I don't
course.
know. I don't want to disappoint anyone in case I stop going. The church was interesting, but how can anyone know for certain that it's all real? Doesn't that bother anyone else? I guess that's probably why I never went back. There's no certainty.
That's just part of life. You have to learn to live without all the answers. Or you're right. Probably best not to go back. Honestly, it's a waste of time, or nothing is certain. But maybe speaking with other members will be a comfort either way.
Maybe. I guess it couldn't hurt to visit again and talk with the others. I wonder if any of them felt how I do now when they started going to the church. But anyways, I have to get going. Thanks for talking with me and, for taking the time to deliver this. Take care.
Nice. Trying to figure out how all this is connected. And it looks like Mast is over there, but how do I get over there? Seems like almost like the spaceport port is kind of cut off from everything else. 'Cause you can walk apparently from, you know, mast to the commercial district, the residential district, and the lodge. You know, they're all sort of like, you can take a tram between them, but you don't have to. You can actually walk. Like, now I know that over here oh, that's probably the mast right there. In fact, it is. You know what? Maybe we should go in here first. It's a distribution center? What is this?
Something to report.
Wen really keeps the distribution center in tip-top shape. Working at the distribution center can be tiring, but it sure is rewarding. Oh, that's not really my area. I don't have clearance for that just yet. Well, someday, maybe. You'll want to talk to Miss Sang about that. See ya.
Okay.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere?
Okay,
It's
we've
because
been
they
here
have little
before.
outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the Colony War, the pirates used them as forward operating bases, all over the settled systems.
Yeah, we've been in here before. Sorry, here's the guy.
Please, if you experience
Gal?
any issues in your dealings with the distribution center, let us know. We're always trying.
Actually, I guess I'm getting confused.
Welcome to UC Distribution. Something I can do for you? Oh, well, certainly.
Ooh. That is a lot of money. Rapid shot. CLL shell. Ooh, a suppressed Bay Wolf. It's burst fire. Don't want that. Alright, let's see if we can sell some more crap. I think I had a book that still had weight. Maybe not. Aid. I'm gonna be more careful about selling aid in the future, because turns out we end up needing it quite a bit. Get rid of that. I thought that we had more stuff to just sell. Guess not. That's good, we're traveling light-ish. Alright. Let's get out of here.
You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
What do you mean a bit of a wait? There's nobody here.
You don't need to wear your helmet on this planet.
Aquilus has seen so much. I'm really glad I can talk to him.
I don't really go for all this religion stuff, but I like talking to Aquilus.
The FC's no friend of you and me. What do you want? I'm very busy.
Restar is totally a friend to me. What do you mean? That's no way to talk to a hardworking delivery person. Or fine, just take this and I'll be on my way. Relax. Marcus Lestari from Universum, Sanctum, whatever.
What? Let me see. Oh, yeah. I went to the Sanctum Universum a while back. I haven't checked it out again, though.
What are your thoughts on it?
It's interesting. The whole literally finding God thing is comforting to me, in a way. Wait, why am I telling you this?
Well, maybe it would make you less of an insufferable... protesters, you know? They're not people. You should miss again.
I'm not sure. The truth is that I want to believe in it all. The Sanctum Universum believes that God gave us the ability to grab jumps so that we can search for him and find him. If that's true, maybe I can find my dad as well. I lost him when I was just a little girl. I can barely remember him.
So why didn't you ever go back to the church? We're talking with the members may help you with your grief. Or I understand. But you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Because if it all ends up not being real, I'd be devastated. I don't need a lecture from you. Listen, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'll go back if I want to.
Sorry, but I need sign off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can send it in. You gotta be kidding. It's plumbing, not a peace treaty. It could cause an incident. It would mean my job, sir.
Fine. I'll begin the process. Wouldn't want to withhold a chance for more red tape from the great UC.
Working at the embassies is always a nightmare, but you can't beat the pay rate.
Down with the
I
FC!
keep coming back here. I really like what Aquilus has to say.
I like the FC.
They have mixers for expats at the embassy every now and then. Only place you can get some good old Aquila City beer.
Well, it should be whiskey.
Unless you have embassy business, I suggest you move along.
That's rude. What do you want?
Nobody sees the ambassador without an appointment, and you don't have one.
It's a very tasteful building, at least. It's not exactly what I would expect from an FC consulate.
Unless you've got embassy business, I suggest you mosey along.
I would kind of expect more wood grain, although there's quite a bit of wood grain, so... oh, jeez, just walked into the glass. Boom! Just head first, right into it. Alright, let's check out what this is. Okay, the Armistice Archives. So there's no House of Enlightenment here. It's very interesting.
By the Freestar Collective's ragtag fleet, both sides decided the time had come to bring the colony war to an end. So, the two parties came together to negotiate the terms of the armistice. Fleet sizes would be capped, mechs and xeno weapons outlawed, and all research related to those fields would be kept under lock and key in their own special archive, which actually rests below our feet as we speak. And while these new restrictions transformed the settled systems overnight, entire economies were upended with the flick of a pen. They also marked the start of something critical: cooperation between the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective for the first time in decades. A pledge between the powers for a more harmonious future. Thank you for listening.
I know folks on Gagarin who lost their jobs when they shuttered the mech factories. Not all suffering and conflict comes from the people fighting. The UC and the Freestar Collective traded a lot of lives for not a lot of gain. But I guess that's war, isn't it? If you told someone 20 years ago the UC would lose a war to the Freestar Collective, they'd probably suggest you get your head examined. I've lived here all my life. It can be hard to tell, but the UC's changed a lot since the war. Never would have seen something like this place 20 years ago. The UC and the Freestar Collective traded a lot of lives.
It's kind of interesting.
The UC won't ever be the same place it was before the Colony War,
isn't it?
But honestly, I think that's for the best. Sorry, was I being too loud?
No, you're fine.
I'm glad they built places like this. Remind us all what went so wrong. The UC won't ever be the same place it was before the Colony War. But honestly, I think that's for the best.
So I take it that's the archive downstairs. This is the signing. Not entirely sure what that's supposed to be.
How the UC lost to a bunch of civilian ships and Freestar captains, I'll never understand. Some Claude told me the other day he thought the Colony War was the UC's fault.
Oh, it definitely
He's just
was.
lucky security was around, is all I'm saying. You think the Freestars made the UC build this place? Make sure we had a reminder around that we lost?
Look at that face. Angry, buddy?
You should see the setup they've got for the Vanguard orientation inside Mast. Makes this space look amateur. Some Claude told me the other day he thought the Colony War was the UC's fault. He's just lucky security was around, is all I'm saying.
A lot more rah, UC. Maybe they learned their lesson.
Well, you sound like a Freestar guy.
Don't let me keep you from the displays. Still a lot of ill will between the Collective and the UC. Take a lot of time to heal those wounds. The history's plenty interesting. So long as you're not the one living it.
Well, even then it's interesting. It's a little too interesting, isn't it?
Still a lot of ill will between the Collective and the UC.
One last person to talk to.
A lot of time to heal those wounds.
The archives themselves are off limits, but you're free to look around up here. It's a fascinating subject, the Colony War, though I'm thankful I didn't have to participate. There was a lot of debate as to where the archives should be built. It was a gesture of good faith from the Freestar Collective that it was built here. This is a place for quiet reflection, so please keep chatting to a minimum. The archives themselves are off limits,
Are they
but
actually
you're free
off
to look
limits?
around up here.
We're gonna go down there and get shot. Hey.
You got your clearances? Good. Keep it civil, or we will. No chit-chat on duty.
This is a shared Freestar UC territory, so act accordingly. No funny business, understand? We run a tight ship down here. Not supposed to be talking to you.
This seems bad. I should probably save. Safeguard the past. Secure area. Authorized entrance only. We recall the cost of unfettered war. We stand as the bulwark of peace. Secure the future. What happens if I jump into the bowl? Alright. I'm gonna save really quick and just see what happens if I try to go in. They actually let me in? Why? What is going on here? This place has been rampaged. The fact that I can go in here and unlock these doors and they don't have a red don't do this thing is a little bit alarming to me. Alright, I definitely should not be down here. Let's get out of here. Get firm speaking to when I go up there. Like, hey, what are you doing? Alright, cool. So I suppose that the next thing we really should do is go talk to the Sanctum Universum guy.
Another day, another shift.
Keeper Aquilus has been helping me work through some anger issues. I didn't think I'd like the Sanctum, but it's pretty calming. Great. How'd it go?
Went fine. I think some of them will visit again, or I don't know if any of them will stop by again, or is there supposed to be some lesson to be learned from all of this?
I don't know if I would go so far as saying that there was a lesson to be learned, but hopefully, if you talked with them, you noticed that each person had a different reason for visiting the Sanctum Universum. The diverse backgrounds and perspectives of each of our visitors and members is what makes our community so great. We support, challenge, educate, and comfort one another. At the end of the day, the church is trying to build a community. It doesn't matter what you believe or what your background is. All are welcome here. I'm glad to hear that. Sometimes people just need a little reminder that they're always welcome here. Here, your payments as promised. Thank you for taking the time to do this. And I hope to see you around the church, too.
Alright, leveled up. Let's go and actually talk to the big guy here. Actually, let's do a once around. It looks like there's a path around back. See if there's any other people back here to chat up. Seems kind of abandoned. You know, they should really have more windows in a church. Stained glass and all that stuff. Maybe the top is open. That would be good. Just one big skylight. No, it's not. It's a little disappointing. It's kind of ugly, actually. I like the color scheme. I mean, it's a nice layout, but the color scheme is definitely not. It's a little bit McDonald's.
There's so many mysteries in the universe, so many unknowns that I try to help out others whenever I get the chance. I may not always have the perfect advice for people, but I try to just be here for them. I think that's what they really need more than anything else. Were you seeking worldly wisdom or just a friendly ear?
The meaning of life would be good for a start.
It would, wouldn't it? Well, if you find it, be sure to come back and let me know. It would make the next sermon more memorable, if nothing else. And in the meantime, while it isn't quite so profound, I might suggest reading some of our works. Among the Grav Jumps is a good place to start. I'm sure you can find a copy lying about. And if you do decide to read it, perhaps you'd let me know what you think. See if it speaks to you, as it has to others.
I don't think I've had the pleasure.
That's all right. I'm sure it just escaped your memory. So many things do over time. There must be a copy around here somewhere. If you do happen to peruse it, I would enjoy hearing your thoughts on the idea.
I'll give it a look.
Wonderful. I really would be happy to discuss it with you sometime.
Well, most likely it's like right here. Among the Grav Jumps. I don't know if I want to take his personal copy. Seems a little weird.
I try and take a few trips each year now. No real destination in mind, it's the jumping that matters. I'm happy to help out in whatever way I can here. Anything Thomas needs, I'm here for him. One simple jump. The same as I've made dozens of times before, and something touched me. Something warm and kind and good. The first time I came to New Atlantis, I met Thomas. Thought it was absolutely crazy. Oh, how that's changed. I'd heard of the Sanctum growing up, but never thought much of it. Then one day, it happened for me. One simple jump. The same as I've made dozens of times before, and something touched me. Something warm.
It's a bit of a read. Among the Grav Jumps, God seeks you. Is God real? The more proper question would be, is reality divine? Existence itself is a mystery which yearns to be uncovered. What is goodness but a comparison to the good, capital G? What is existence but a participation in being, capital B? Any common attribute invites comparison to some more pure form of it. And as we work our way up the tree of attributes, from apples to red, to color, to waveforms, to energy, to space-time, to existence, we find fewer and fewer branches to explore. All of reality eventually converges into a single point. We call it Omega. Others, Telos. Some call it God. But its true nature is best understood in another way. For the diversity of the universe inspires awe and wonder. It exists only in contrast to a simplicity so pure that it may only be understood as a primordial and even divine. To say that it exists is effectively redundant, as it is, in fact, existence itself with a capital E. Our being derives from being, okay? Capital B. Our essence is what was imagined by its mind, but what we consider imagining and what we consider mind are in fact far beyond our understandings, that even these metaphors are like tiny whitecaps on a massive surging sea. Most urgently, this being, which gave rise to reality itself, seeks to understand its consequences, by which I mean you and me. Our senses are limited and only able to perceive 3 dimensions, as we are helplessly flung along in a fourth single direction. But our finest minds tell us that the universe has at least 12 dimensions. And who knows what further knowledge may be revealed in time. Excuse me, yawning a little bit here. Not because it's bad writing, it's just because it's really late when I'm playing this. From our meager capacity, the universe is not simply unexplored, but fully unknowable in any comprehensive sense. I do want to say that the 12 dimensions thing, I think, has been pretty thoroughly debunked at this point. And there's a lot of people who believe in that stuff, the M theory and string theory and, you know, your loop quantum gravity and all that. But as far as I'm aware, there hasn't been any scientific progress on any of those fronts in like decades. So it's become sort of just like chalkboard fiddling, like puzzle solving for like mind-bending questions that might not actually reflect reality at all. It's almost become busy work at this point, as I understand it. Anyway. And so we rely on revelation. We submit ourselves to direct communion, and the one source of truth, for truth, capital T, is another of its attributes. And even as the separate aspects resolve into simplicity, to know the truth, we must know the truth, capital T. And that truth wishes to know us as well. Our physical embodiments are limited to movement in 3 dimensions, just as fabric is bound to and defined by its warp and weft. But we have a power, oh my goodness, that raises us above the unminded matter that merely exists without will. We can bend the fabric of space-time. Right, rending warp from weft, peering through the veil that we may otherwise mistake for all that there is. When we do so, by jumping from point to point, we are not merely moving in space, but becoming voyagers into a new level of understanding. Those moments between grav jumps are not simply nothingness, but glimpses into understanding of the mystery, capital M, that underlies all reality. To know that truth, capital T, is to become closer to the divine ourselves. This is the purpose of our lives. The purpose of the Sanctum Universum is to guide you in these experiences, so each opportunity to know is not squandered. Seek out Aquilus. Let him open your heart to the understanding that it is no different from your mind. Wait, what? And join us to seek further communion and increase our sharing in the nature of the divine. Oof. Okay. Did we talk to this guy?
Our numbers are growing every year. Aquilus's message really connects with people. You know, there are folks I sometimes see only once every few years. In between, they're just out there, jumping. That first jump, it changes you, unlocks something within you. Have you felt it?
I wonder if during a jump we're gonna have some kind of weird
Something,
experience.
isn't it? The further out we reach into the stars, the more we learn about ourselves. Some folks never feel it. That connection to the universe you only get from grav jumping. Honestly, I wish I could show them what they're missing. You know, there are folks I sometimes see only once every few years. In between, they're just...
Well, I hope you have the chance to read more about our beliefs.
Okay, let's go here.
Keeper by title. But yes, I suppose the title fits. I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to be here for those who need us, who find meaning in our message.
Can you tell me more about the Sanctum?
Well, we're a newer organization, at least officially. Our facility here in New Atlantis has only been around a few decades. But we're gaining new members all the time. I think people have been grasping for something to express what they're experiencing, and I'm glad we can be here for them.
I've read your writing.
Oh, wonderful. Tell me, what did you think?
I found it very engaging, or I didn't care for it, or the ideas didn't make any sense to me. I found it engaging
I'm
enough.
so glad to hear that. I confess I do feel something of a swell of pride every time I learn my thoughts mean something to others. It's a good reminder that we're onto something here. You're always welcome here if you ever need comfort or advice or just want someone to talk to.
I was kind of hoping you'd give us a quest.
We'll always be here for those who seek it.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. We sort of explored all of the diplomatic district, or whatever they call it. The embassy district. And we finished that Sanctum Universum quest. I still don't know where the House of the Enlightened is, or even if there is one. I wish there was a map. But yeah, I guess that's it. Probably a good place to wrap up before we jet off world and start a brand new quest. So yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe share, maybe subscribe. New episodes every day at 2 p.m. Eastern Time using Canada. I'm Cobalt Thorium, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.